for all your legal matters including immigration, bankruptcy and credit card problems, divorce and family law, landlord and tenant matters, criminal and personal injury, call Gehi and Associates for a free initial personal consultation at 718-263-5999.
जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब कोई मुश्किल आ जाए, तब हम आपका साथ देंगे. Anytime you have a complex immigration matter, remember, मैं हूं ना. Can a green card holder who has a criminal record become an American citizen? This is Attorney Naresh Gehi, and we are going to discuss this issue today. If you have a criminal record, it does not mean that you can never become a citizen. You may have a possibility of becoming an American citizen even if you have a criminal record. For example, if you have a minor criminal record such as shoplifting, which is in a very small amount, if you have a very small DUI or DWI charge, or which is something really petty. For example, you got into a physical altercation which was minor, you may be eligible. So if you have a criminal record and if you're interested in applying for citizenship, call Gehi and Associates at 718-263-5999 for a free initial personal consultation. We handle immigration cases from all over the United States and the world.
Hello there, welcome to Immigration with Gehi. I'm yours truly, Shanaz Hussain. And today we have Mr. Gehi. And Mr. Gehi, I want to talk today about your trip to Suriname. I know you just got back. Quite a lot of new things are happening, new government in Suriname. Can you tell the viewers about your trip to Suriname?
Yeah, so firstly, thank you so much, Shanaz. You're such a prominent personality in the Guyanese community, in the Trinidadian community, in the Surinamese community, and even in the Jamaican community, plus the Indian community, that I'm very proud of your achievements.
Thank you.
Let's talk about a few things. I've had the pleasure of meeting the president of Suriname as well as the president of Guyana.
Guyana, yes.
So I met both the presidents, wonderful people. So I went to Suriname because we have a lot of plans from Suriname and had a very pleasant meeting with President Chan Santuki, as well as I also had the pleasure of meeting, Irfan Ali, Honorable, and plus I had the pleasure of meeting the Foreign Secretary of Guyana over here. So I think I'm so happy to see that Guyana is doing well, and I think Suriname is going to do well, and I think Trinidad is also going to follow soon.
Yes, very soon.
And also I think all the islands, including Jamaica, is going to do very well soon.
Yes.
So things are changing in the islands, and my prayers and good wishes are with people from Haiti, because I think you have a follow from Haiti also.
Yes.
So we pray that every island should do well, and every continent, I would say South America should do well, because a lot of people are in these different islands. Now, people have been asking me, Shanaz, as to what's going on with the Biden administration.
Right.
So I tell people the opportunity is now. Because if you want to take a chance in filing your papers, this is the time. Because if you really know what happened, when Trump was the president, when people's cases were getting denied, I've seen times wherein people were put in deportation procedure. There were people who were kind of even handcuffed during the Trump administration. But now, a lot of people are coming forward.
A lot of my friends came to your office to do their paperwork.
This is the time to do it.
Yes, they're taking advantage of the legal system right now, and the opportunities are there. So why waste it? You wouldn't have a chance again. You don't know who will be the president and what the rules might be. So why not call Attorney Naresh Gehi and get those paperwork filed today? Your office also on Liberty Avenue. You have been seeing a lot of good
clients. Let's talk about because that's one of your favorite offices.
Yes, conveniently located here on Liberty Avenue.
The good thing about the office on Liberty Avenue is that a lot of our clients from Guyana, Trinidad, and even from, I would say, like Jamaica, Haiti, Suriname, love that office because of the location. It's located at 10405 Liberty Avenue, Ozone Park, New York, and we are open there from Mondays until Saturdays, and the number is 718-577-0711, and our website is gehilaw, GEHILAW.com. Because you mentioned that a lot of people wanted to come and visit us on the weekends,
right?
So we kept the office open on Saturdays. And the other good news is, Shanaz, that after watching your show, We've been getting people from upstate New York coming in.
Schenectady, a lot of folks from
Schenectady.
Schenectady are coming down here. They take their Sunday off just to
Right.
make all their
Saturday
legal
off,
matters
Sunday off.
Sunday.
And the other thing is that we've had even clients from Florida coming in to see us now. People from Connecticut.
Because
coming
the
in to see
word
us.
is spreading that
Right.
you can represent them.
And you know, Shanaz, that I've done a lot of work for you and your
Yes,
family
personally.
too. And, you know, we try our best, but you know, being a seasoned lawyer, you can never guarantee results under the law.
Different
But
outcome.
end of the day, we do our best to make sure that we do everything whatever's you know within our reach, you know, to help our clients. No, Shanaz, we had a few questions from the community, and I'm going to just go through some of the questions. Now, listen to these questions, how important they are, and they are about citizenship.
Yes.
Number one was from a person from Schenectady who said that he is 55 years old. He has been in this country for more than 15, 20 years, and he is struggling with his English. So, can he think of passing the citizenship exam? My answer is that you have a very good chance. And the good news is that after filing the paper, Shanaz, even for the citizenship interview, the lawyer can go inside the room
Right.
and represent him. So what happens is that for this person from Schenectady, you asked me the question, the lawyer can go inside the room and sit over there and see how the interview is being conducted, and your confidence level goes up. And plus, basically, we make sure that you prepare very well before the interview. And we've had many people who actually pass the citizenship exam. So the common problem that I'm seeing is there are people, and they're so hardworking, they're so wonderful that sometimes you know people get nervous when they go to these interviews.
Yes.
That's where we come in. If you know someone who's nervous or someone like you know struggling with English, we'll be happy to kind of work with you and go with you inside the room for the interview, which is legally allowed. But of course, you have to pass the exam.
You have to, right? And Attorney Naresh Gehi, your office have so many languages. Your staff speaks so
Right.
many languages here. So that's also a
yeah,
plus.
so that helps a lot. We've been helping people who speak Spanish, Hindi, English, Bengali, Creole, you know, plus a lot of other Urdu and many other languages. So that's one thing. Now, another question, very, very important, was from a person from Queens. He said that he has a criminal record and someone told him that he can never become a citizen.
You always get misinterpreted.
Yeah,
The wrong
it all
information
depends upon
sometimes.
the crime.
Right.
So if you've been charged with a crime, you pled guilty, do not apply for your citizenship on your own. Because the problem is it can backfire upon you. You can be in trouble. If you have a criminal record, there is a possibility that you can still become a citizen. So go with a seasoned lawyer, make sure that you meet with the lawyer and start your case and apply for a citizenship. We've had many cases wherein people have become citizens even when they've had a criminal record. Prior results do not guarantee future outcome, but at the end of the day, there is a chance that even if you have a criminal record, you may qualify for citizenship. Now, the third important thing which I've seen is there are people, some of them are 70 years old, they're 65 years old, and they have serious health issues, and their brains are affected because of
Right.
age,
Well,
because of Alzheimer's, for
Alzheimer's.
example. So the good news is that if you're seriously sick, if you're very sick, you don't even have to take the exam. You can have a doctor work with you, and if the doctor puts everything properly on the paper, the good news is that if the officer feels that you have a justified reason that you should not be taking the exam, you may still qualify for citizenship. So there are many ways through which you can qualify for citizenship. And a few other things which I want to tell everyone about citizenship, which not many people know about. Do you know that if you marry a US citizen, after you got a green card, after 3 years you can apply for citizenship.
That
You
is
don't have to
good
wait
news.
for 5 years. If you're an abuser spouse of a US citizen, you got your green card, even if your husband or if your wife has left you, the good news is you can apply after 3 years. You don't have to wait for 5 years. So there are many, many pluses in becoming an American citizen. And as you rightly know, Shahnaz, why don't you tell viewers the benefits of becoming a citizen?
There's a lot of benefits, especially when it comes to the law and getting on the wrong side. Sometimes you might get pulled over and
You can
you're
be
not
deported too
yeah,
if you have a
could get
serious
deported.
crime.
And going back to applying for citizenship, there's a on that form, which is so simple but still yet so complicated. You have to list your crimes or your status and the deportation or any kind of proceeding you had before you. So it could be simple but yet complicated if you don't know where to
Right.
put these things.
So the other thing which I've seen is sometimes people do not show all the income on taxes.
Right.
So they're picking that up, and we can review everything. We can assist you by looking at everything, and then after that we can kind of go ahead and apply for a citizenship. So citizenship is very important for everyone. And as Shanaz said, sooner or later, when you're over the age of 60, you may start needing health benefits. You may need, after 65, you need Medicaid, you need Medicare. If you're a citizen, you have a lot of benefits.
That's
But if
right.
you're not a citizen, you'll be struggling a lot without becoming a citizen. And as Shanaz rightly said it, if you get charged, and if you plead guilty, or if you're convicted of a serious crime, the sad thing is that if that crime is an aggravated felony, then the judge has the right to deport you from America. So, but if you're a citizen, you can avoid that completely. Even if you plead guilty to a serious crime, if you're an American citizen, in most cases, you cannot be deported. So that's one big benefit of becoming a citizen.
Having legal representation and the right representation matters. So call the winning team, call the team that represents me and my family. Attorney Naresh Gehi, attorney at law.
So we are at basically phone number 718-577-0711, and we offer free consultation for our community. And Shanaz, the good thing is that I'm so happy to be working with you for so many years that we are blessed with a lot of.
You might be out of the country and I'm still getting calls for your number. So I have your card in my hand rest. That's how
Right.
handy it is. So I could hand some folks your card.
And a lot of people also take your name, that they watch your show, and you do a fabulous job. Besides basically kind of working with me in the legal sector, you've been doing a fabulous job at educating the community about medical issues.
Yes.
You've been educating people about social security. You've been talking to them about welfare laws. I think you're doing a great job. For
More
them.
topics coming up, so keep it locked.
And also the good thing is that we are going to be on the show regularly now on Jamuna Ki Shanti.
Yes,
And plus we're
JKS
gonna be
TV show on
JKS TV show.
mywestiantv.com and so many other platforms. But it's on Spectrum TV, channel 96, every Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. So let's start your afternoon getting some advice, getting some legal advice. Remember, consultations are free, so call Mr. Gehi right now and take advantage of all the offers he's getting.
And there are a few other things we need to talk about. Since luckily we have around 25 minutes for the show, I believe.
Yes, a lot
so,
to talk.
Yeah, so the thing is that what we do is another thing that I want to touch upon, which is very, very important, is that if you're a citizen, if you can first, the good news under American law is you can marry a member of the same spouse. So you can marry a woman if you're a woman, if you're a man, you can marry a man, and that person can still get the green card. The other benefit of being a citizen is that you can sponsor your fiance, you can sponsor your spouse, you can sponsor
Faster,
your brothers,
it happens faster,
right,
you know.
your sisters, your marital sons and daughters, and your parents. Look at the benefits of becoming a citizen.
Yes, and I still know folks who are like waiting, they're putting it off. I don't see why you're putting something such as important as becoming a citizen off. Not forgetting the fees, it goes up every year, which is citizenship is one time and you're safe, you have a certificate,
right,
and you're good to go.
Now, let me share another important benefit of becoming a citizen. And I had a wonderful client from Guyana, and he married someone from Trinidad. And this lady had crossed the border and come into the country. So the thing is that this wonderful Guyanese gentleman who's an American national said that since my wife crossed the border, I've been to many lawyers who said she cannot get a green card. That is incorrect. She may still qualify for the green card. Now look at the situation. This lady crossed the border and came into America, and she's married to an American citizen. The good news is, because of the current administration, they are approving these cases. I've seen them all these cases are getting approved now. In the past, we were getting a hard time because of Trump. Then after that, what you do is you apply for the NVC processing, and once if the provisional waiver is approved for unlawful persons, the good news is that you can just step out for a few weeks and you can come back. So even if you come without a visa, if you marry a US citizen or a green card holder, you may still be eligible for a green card.
There are ways to
And
do
people
it.
are scared.
Yeah.
This is not the time to be scared. As Shanaz is saying, this is the best time for you to solve your immigration matters.
It is. And knowing that you can come into your office, you have 3 different locations, by the way: Jamaica,
We have 3
Jackson
offices,
Heights, and
and we
Liberty
are also
Avenue.
open on Sundays, Mondays to Sundays. And our number 1 location is 10405 Liberty Avenue, Ozone Park, New York. And the number is 718-577-0711. That's number 1. Our second office is on Jamaica Avenue, 17329 Jamaica Avenue, Jamaica, New York. And the number is 718-764-6911. And the third office, which is open 7 days a week, a big office, is in Jackson Heights. And this is where people come in from all the states. They come in from Florida, they come in from Connecticut, New Jersey, Schenectady, Pennsylvania.
I have clients coming all the way from Long Island.
Long Island. And that office is in Jackson Heights, and the number is 718-263-5999. If you have any kind of immigration matter, even if you have been ordered deported, there may be light at the end of the tunnel. Prior results do not guarantee future outcome. This is an attorney advertisement under the laws of state of New York, and we handle immigration cases from all of the United States and the world. So now, even if you have someone in Guyana watching the show, we can handle the immigration case.
Of course. Especially, if you have WhatsApp, you could be conversing with the person on WhatsApp, filing all their paperwork,
yes.
And it's so easy getting forms to Guyana.
Right.
The email system.
Of course, email is there, and we also do Zoom nowadays.
And the Zoom calling.
So the Zoom calling is working tremendously, and I believe technology is changing, and I'm so happy to be serving the community for so many years. I need to thank you as well as our community for kind of basically, giving us the opportunity to serve you all. Of course, I cannot win every case, and I want to make it clear.
But you do try your best.
Exactly. We can only put our best foot forward, and we love working with people who are respectful and nice. And we tell people, respect is mutual, and you should be nice to everybody in the community. And suppose in anything you do in your life, if you fail, try again. Don't blame anybody. But there's a saying in English that fortune favors the brave, and when the great get going, the going gets great. And you are the great. And if you haven't filed your papers, if you're scared in the past, and if you've given up, don't give up. Don't give up, because nothing succeeds like success. And as I rightly said it, when the great get going, the going gets great. And a genius is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. Believe in yourself, and you'll do miracles, folks. Shanaz, I think there's a lot that you want to say now.
I do. There's a lot coming up on Mr. Gehi, attorney Naresh Gehi. You've been a wonderful source of resources for our community. Thank you. And we look forward week after week. You guys can send your questions to his personal email.
Yeah, and the other show with you is going to be very important. We're going to talk about these new situations which are coming up in the Guyanese community and in the Trinidadian community, Surinamese, and in the Jamaican and the Asian community. Now, the other question which I've seen sometimes, this is a big problem in the community. Sometimes, people are getting married. After they're getting married, they're abusing their spouses.
Right.
So I'm sure you might have heard about your problem.
I spoke to so many of friends.
Can you tell us your experiences?
I spoke to friends who did not realize they were married for the wrong reason, that they were taken advantage of, But it turns out for the best. Sometimes you married for the green card, but if you're gonna do business marriage,
that's against the law.
Yeah, you should at least let the person know without taking advantage of their...
Yeah, so never get married to someone for papers. And I tell people that when you marry someone, marry them for love.
For love.
Because that's where they take advantage of you. They steal your money, they run away, and they blackmail you. So be very careful. Better to marry someone that exactly has a relationship with you.
Right.
So,
for example, things easier. The paperwork is
I'll tell you how it works. Bottom line is that if you are dating someone, and the law looks at your intention. If you marry that person, you're living with that person, and you love that person, and you have a bank account with them, and you have a physical relationship with them. Later on, that person cannot come back and tell you, hey, listen, you married me for papers. Man,
No,
I have
it's more than that.
basically kind of lived with
Live
you
with
as
you.
your husband.
Right.
Live with you as a same-sex partner. I'll live with you as your wife. But there are American citizens who are taking advantage.
Right.
And they're saying that if you are going to file a complaint against me, I'm going to get you deported. Do not
That's right.
worry. So do not worry about those things. Work with a seasoned lawyer, and you don't have to go back to Guyana, Trinidad, Jamaica, or any of these countries. We may be able to help you. Do not undergo torture. Let that person not beat you. Let him not hit you. And stop him from doing that. It's not good for you. And we are here for that. Shanaz, you've
Right.
seen a lot of
On
this.
an upcoming episode, we have to talk on domestic violence and the
Yes.
cases we could file. So, guys, follow us. You can follow Mr. Gehi on his Facebook page. That is gehi.com. On Facebook,
GehiLaw.com.
gehilaw.com. So many new topics are coming up, but we love hearing from you, the viewers out there. Week after week, we promise to bring you a brand new episode with your questions being answered either on air or off air. So keep them coming. You can reach out to myself on Shanaz Musical Sensation, Shanaz Hussein on Facebook, or send Mr. Gehi the questions so he'll be prepared to answer them live for you on our regular program, Spectrum TV, Channel 96, every Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m.
Also, don't forget, there's something important I want to share with you. She hasn't shared another secret. Shanaz's radio program is doing very well, and she calls me all the time. So be on her radio show,
Yes.
then be on her TV shows, and
As well.
the third one.
You never
the
know
other
where
one
I'll be broadcasting. There's so many new platforms coming your way. An opportunity only applies sometime it comes. So you
That
have
is
to
correct.
grab these opportunity, whether it's immigration or any kind of legal, grab the
Yeah.
opportunity. When it comes to TV and radio, take them.
Right. So the good news is that now, because of the amount of care that she takes for the community, I mean, the amount of love that Shanaz has for the community, she'll be regularly coming with me on Channel
Yes,
96.
and I would love to answer
And,
all your questions
And
with
also, I
attorney
think
immigration.
just make sure that because I get a lot of things on your Facebook, that they ask you the address for the Liberty Avenue mainly. So if you could highlight that for people, because that's the office they love the most.
Definitely.
So because it's also right next to the A train, if you know that.
Yes,
So,
a lot of folks will use the A train coming to your office, and I'm visiting him often at all your locations, Jackson Heights, Jamaica office, and on Liberty Avenue. So, guys,
So to make a long story short, even if you have a very complicated immigration case, you've been ordered deported, if you have a criminal record, and you're scared of going to immigration, and if you're married, and if you're having trouble with your spouse, anything in immigration, or even if you want to apply for asylum, if your case has been messed up, we can look into it and we'll be happy to help you. If you cannot come in, as Shana said, send us an email at info@gehilaw.com, info at gehilaw.com, gehilaw.com, and we'll be happy to assist you because there are a lot of clients, Shana, they don't even come in and see me anymore
right,
because you live in the world of Zoom.
technology,
So, exactly.
you can get all these paperwork
So if
filed.
you cannot come in, just send us an email. We will call you and we'll do our best to kind of help you with your legal matter.
On an upcoming episode, I want to talk about the U visa.
You want to talk about the U as well as the battered spouses? Or what do you want
Yes,
to
so many things to talk about because we want our women. My platform is about domestic violence, and we don't want our women to be stuck in an abusive relationship.
Okay.
There are ways to get them out. So that's a whole new topic. 30 minutes of your time and of our time answering all your questions on an upcoming episode with Mr. Gehi. It's called Immigration with You and Green Card with Mr. Gehi.
It's Green Card with Gehi is the name of the show, and we'll be happy to talk about battered spouses and what are your rights as an abusive spouse. How can you still qualify for a green card without being subjected to torture?
Right.
Hello viewers, this is attorney Naresh Gehi with Shanaz, and welcome to the show today about immigration. So there is a lot of good news coming from the Biden immigration plan, and I must say that people are working in the Biden administration to change the laws in the United States, but still they have been working on it, and I must say that we are going to see some progress from the Biden administration. So today, one of our viewers from the Caribbean asked me to speak about the importance of becoming an American citizen. Folks, we have done this show before, but because of the demand from Shanaza's show, I thought it was very important for us to let our people know from the Caribbean community as to why we should become citizens. As you all know that COVID is going on these days and everybody is concerned about their security. So I must say that it becomes more and more important for us to become a US citizen because you can get a lot more benefits in this country if you are an American citizen. For example, it's COVID time, you don't have a job, you may need food stamps, you may need benefits. So look at how important it is for us to become a citizen. So now, very important, people ask me sometimes that Mr. Gehi, I feel that the exam is too hard to become a citizen. What can I do? That's one question I got on Shanaz's show. So, my first answer to your question is that the good news is that even if you speak a little bit of English, we can work with you. And also, the good news is that a lawyer is allowed to go with you inside the room for the interview. So, let's take an example. You speak very little English and you want to become a US citizen. The first thing you can do is you can come in and see us. We will give you a simple test in our office to see whether you qualify. If not, we can create a study plan for you, and wherein if you study, and the good news is that we have a study plan for you, and if you take that study plan, you may be able to work a little hard and find your way to become a US citizen. So there are many people who come to us who say that I don't speak English very well, and a lot of them have succeeded. So even you may be able to succeed. Prior results do not guarantee future outcome. So it's still possible for you to become a citizen even if you speak very little English. Now let's talk about another program through which you can qualify for US citizenship even if your English is not good. So imagine that you have your green card in this country, all right? Now you have a green card and you've had your green card for more than 15 years. 15 years? So let's take it this way that you got a green card in the year 2005. Great. So you got a green card in 2005 and now you are 55 years old. I have some good news for you. If you are 55 years old and if you have been a green card holder for more than 15 years, the great news for you is that you may only have to take the civics exam test in your language. So what do people do? When they know that they've had the green card for a long time, when they have a problem in speaking English or writing English, they come in and see me. The free consultation helps us to understand and make us realize whether you can become a citizen or not. So for our viewers, we have kept our offices open from Mondays until Sunday. So we are open 7 days a week. And if you want to become a citizen, if you speak very little English, or if you're over 55 years old, it's much easier for me to help you with your citizenship, especially if you had a green card for more than 15 years. And if you're 50 years old, and if you have your green card for more than 20 years, again, we can make your life easy. And if you know someone who doesn't speak any English, but if that person has a serious disability, do you know what? That person doesn't even have to take the test. So these are some of the ways through which you can qualify for a citizen. And the last thing I want to tell you, last but not the least, do you know that even if you have a criminal record in this country, even if you have a criminal record in this country, you may be eligible for US citizenship. A lot of people are scared. They think I have a criminal record, I will never be able to apply. That is wrong. It depends upon the nature of the crime. We've had clients who've had criminal records in the past. We worked with them and some of them became US citizens. Prior results do not guarantee future outcome even if you have a criminal record. Even if you speak a little bit of English, or if you are over the age of 55, or if you're over the age of 50, and if you had a green card for a long time, you may be eligible for citizenship even if you have problems in English. The good news is that if you have problems in English, our attorney can go with you inside the room, which is legally allowed, to represent you for your legal rights and be present over there and see how well you do at the exam. So if you want to become a citizen, Call Gehi and Associates. You want to apply for US citizenship? Call us at 718 764 6911. 718 764 6911, and